Come in, good people. Come on in. Come on in. And let me know if y'all can hear me too. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play this and make sure y'all can hear. Y'all, I brought some cough drops today. I don't know why I'm coughing. I don't even think I'm sick for real, but I might be. But I got cough drops and water. Hold on. This loud. Hold on. Come on in. Come on in. Y'all, do cough drops really work? I'm gonna play this and y'all let me know if y'all can hear. Let me know if y'all can hear this. Somebody, anybody. Just let me know if you can hear it. Oh, oh, okay, babe. My wife gonna let me know now. But I'm gonna just let this drum loop play while people coming in. Hey, hey, hey. Come on in and share this live. Come on in. I got some questions I'm gonna ask too, because I'm very, very curious. Y'all share this live. Make sure Lil J and his dad and his crew know I'm on. They should know I'm on, but let's make sure they know. Everybody that love Lil J, y'all share this. All my quartet family, come in here. Y'all share this live with everybody. Share this live with producers, especially because I want to have a conversation. Share this live with artists, quartet artists, because I want to have a conversation. Share this live with artists, singers, producers, and musicians because I want to have a real conversation. I'm gonna let y'all hear this song so that we can have a serious conversation. A serious conversation. An honest, transparent, serious conversation. So y'all share this live. TikTok, what's up, gang? I'm talking to my other people over here. What up, y'all? I got 2 lives going on at the same time. And I'm trying to drink water so that I can stop coughing. Hey. I can't play I'm not gonna play it until Lil J get in here. Hopefully Lil J ain't at work or nothing. Y'all tag Lil J. Vibes. Okay. We got James in the building. Where your son at, man? Where your family? Your whole family need to be in here if they free. Well, the train. Get your whole family in here, man, before I play this. I need New Jersey. I need New York in here. I need everybody from up north in here. I need them all in here. Those of you who can be in here. Get in here. Vibes. Hey. Vibes. Okay, he say hitting them up now. Perfect. I'm gonna wait. Hey. 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 Get in here, guys. Get in here. about to premiere this song, but I need y'all in here first. I need Lil J and all his family in here, and as many of his group members that are available in here. And I need all their supporters that's on lunch break or at the house chilling. I need them all in here. Cause I wanna let y'all hear this song, and then I wanna have a real conversation too. Like seriously. A conversation that I think is important for us to have. So get in here. Y'all get in here. Hey. Until then, I'm just chilling. Once I see Lil J in here, unless he can't be in here, then that's cool. But at least Lil J got to be in here first. Because I don't want to play it without him in here. Unless he can't be in here. Hey. TikTok, I'm about to premiere a song that I wrote for a gospel group. I think they from Jersey. Y'all from Jersey, right? I don't want to... Okay. Oh, Mary in here. Hey. Mary, I'm about to premiere a song for a group that I wrote about to present a song that I wrote for a group. What in the world I just say? But I want to make sure that that the artist is in here before I play it. Hey. So that's why y'all just hear me talking in drums for a second. Can y'all hear the drums good? Can y'all hear the music good? Hey, Mary, hey, Mary, hey. That's the vibe. That's exactly the vibe, Mary. That's hilarious. Y'all go find Lil J. Yo, I can't wait to play this. Yo, Mary got me hyped. Y'all go find Lil J so I can play this, man. I hope that man ain't asleep somewhere. Mary. Yo, this is funny. TikTok, what up, gang? Mary, I'm live on TikTok. My aunt is in here. Let's go. Auntie, you gonna hear it in a minute. I just need Lil J in here before I play it. I'm itching to play it. But I'm trying to make sure Lil J in here first. Soon as I hear that Lil J is in here or that he can't be in here, I'm gonna play it. His dad finna go try to find him. Hey. He's here, guys. Lil J has arrived. I can play it. All right. Okay. So now that Lil J is here, I'm going to talk and then I'm going to play it. Okay. Y'all ready? I got to preface the song first. So, if you know Lil J, you know Lil J. If you don't, you don't, and I'll explain. He's a young, dope musician and singer from Trey. He's a young singer. He has a group with his dad, his brothers, his family, and they're a quartet group, of course. And recently they did a rebrand, and with their rebrand, their rebrand, the imaging, all of that stuff, it has like a Jodeci-esque vibe. And y'all know me. As much as I love quartet, I love all music. And I think about music from the place of packaging and branding. So in my mind, as soon as I seen that image, the same thing I told y'all about Bree and the picture, it's like, okay, I see the image, but where is the music that sounds like how y'all look? Because at the end of the day, building a brand is about how you look, how you sound, what your story is, and how you package that all together and deliver it. So, based on the image that they have and the tiny bit that I know about Lil J from just the outside looking in, I made this song. So, I need everybody undivided attention because I'm about to play it. Y'all let me know if y'all ready for me to play it, because it's serious business. And then we got to have a conversation after I play it. So I just got to make sure I got everybody undivided attention. It's about to go down. This is serious business, guys. This is not a game. This is not a drill. It's not a game, and it's not a drill. Y'all know the comments come in low. Jay, I don't even think people understand. Yo. And then after I play it, we got to have a real conversation, yo. So, I don't know if the comments, y'all ready though? Hold on, let me double check. Let me do my sound check again. We got my sound. Okay. Can y'all hear the drum still? I'm about to play it. Y'all share this live. I'm about to play this junk. And I need, okay. Let's go. Okay. I got a yes from my auntie, so we good. All right, I got a yes from my wife, so we good. Okay, that's how late it was. All right. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Y'all, it's coming. Y'all keep sharing this live. Y'all keep sharing this live. It's coming, I promise. If you look at that bar right here, it's finna start. All right, here we go. I've been searching for the man I'm supposed to be. Looking here and there, wondering why I can't see. Where am I going? What am I doing? I thought I knew everything till it all started crumbling. I guess it's time for me to let go of my plan. Now I'll leave it up to you. I put it in your hands. All that I am, all that I'll be, I give it to you completely. All that I hope for and all that I dream, I give it to you completely. Guys, this is serious business. is not a drill. Trey, this is not a drill. Auntie, this is not a drill. This is real life. So when I get online and I say, what's up? When I get online and I say, packaging is important. When I say, be authentic to who you are. When I say, how you sound and how you look should match. This is what I'm talking about. I'm going to play it one more time. I'm going to play it one more time. I've been searching for the man I'm supposed to be. Looking here and there, wondering why I can't see. Where am I going? What am I doing? I thought I knew everything till it all started crumbling. I guess it's time for me to let go of my plan. Now I'll leave it up to you. I put it in your hands. All that I am, all that I'll be, I give it to you completely. All that I hope for and all that I dream, I give it to you. I'ma let the open verse play. I'ma let it play. I'ma let it play. Stop. Okay, to everybody in the comments, do y'all see Meredith Pink Pout? I got to say that right. Hill says, I'm a line dance to this. Let me talk to y'all. Let's talk. Okay, I am a quartet baby. I was born and raised in quartet. And let me talk to y'all for a minute. We have an issue in quartet where we are not allowed to do things that everybody else do because it's gospel. And let me tell y'all something. We killing ourselves. When you see someone like Mary say, hey, I'm going to make a line dance to this. Okay, the reason why I wanted to have a conversation connected to this song is because I want to know, can people who are used to seeing Little J and his group, can y'all handle supporting them not doing what everybody else be doing? Or are y'all gonna make them feel like they won't be accepted if they don't Holy Ghost power? That's the conversation I want to have. Like, Lil J started out as a little boy under his daddy's leadership. He's becoming a man who's on the path to finding his way as an artist. And what if it's not in his heart to be what y'all expect him to be? Are y'all going to be willing to accept this presentation? Or are y'all going to blackball him because it ain't quartet? So I need everybody in here to show Lil J some love if you're going to support it. Because at the end of the day, if you over here with me, if you ever had a conversation with me, you already know I'm not for what used to be, because I am a survivor, a victim, a participant, a beneficiary of the old way. I have learned a lot, gained a lot, lost a lot. And the old way, although we respect it, we know that if we don't start doing different stuff, we in trouble. So can Rated R take on this identity and pay homage to an R&B group while still reverencing God, putting that together, and y'all accept it? At the end of the day, if I was sitting down with, and I'm gonna be honest, if Lil J told me like, hey, Rajay, let's talk, man, and really, really like advise me on what I should do, y'all know what I would really say? Man, forget people who don't understand. Build a new audience based on the people who gravitate to your music as you start to create and put content out. That would be my advice. But here's the thing. Us quartet babies are so loyal to the genre that we are uncomfortable when we are not validated by the people that came before us. And we will forfeit our own success if it means somebody we look up to will be satisfied. We'll forfeit our own success so that the OGs will approve of us. No, sir. No, sir. So I made this song because I'm like, I've heard Lil J's stuff, and I've heard his stuff since they transitioned. And I was like, okay, if I'm being honest, they don't have the song that fits the sound. T-Town, why not? The group Fire is doing it. Exactly. The group Fire is a good example. Ja, what up, boy? Yo, we got to have a real conversation. We got to have a real conversation. All of us, different groups, have to have individual identities, individual sounds, individual stories, and the bravery to focus on building individual fan bases. My wife said song that fits the look. Yes, it's a packaging game. So if Lil J looks like Jodeci, but sounds like the typical quartet group, even though a very small portion of people we look up to may be like, I don't like how they dress, but they still doing quartet. Listen here. I'm at the point now. This is what I've been telling people. We can separate the roots and the heritage from the mindset. Man, quartet singers so scared to step out their box and do what's eating them up inside. And to be honest, quartet. Max, listen, and y'all, I know it's tough. I know what we used to. I know how it feels to get the instant gratification of going in a building and doing songs the way people used to hearing them. But if it's not bearing fruit, you have to get to the place where you say, you know what? I'm not willing to forfeit my potential for the validation of a regime that's on the way out. I'm not willing to forfeit my potential to satisfy a regime that is on the way out. Is that disrespectful? No. But here's the thing. Where we come from, what I just said is considered disrespectful. But here's the thing. Blockbuster, Netflix. Blockbuster, Netflix. There's a lot of blockbusters telling Netflixes what they should and should not be doing. There's a lot of blockbusters telling Netflixes what they should and should not be doing. Are y'all understanding? Are y'all understanding? Are y'all understanding? Where is Netflix? What happened to Blockbuster? Where is Netflix? What happened to Blockbuster? Where's Netflix? What happened to Blockbuster? It is not disrespectful to make a decision to be relevant, progressive, authentic, and true. That is not disrespectful. And I want to break that down. That is not disrespectful. When you sit down and get ready to do business, the reality of where we are, the reality of where technology is, the reality of where social media is, the reality of where consumers are, have to be a part of the conversation. If you are trying to build something that you want to be consumed by people, you have to study the people. You have to study the technology. You have to be true to yourself. And that may mean disregarding the advice of Blockbuster. Okay, now let's talk. There is a lot that can be learned from Blockbuster about what it means to serve movies to people and let people rent movies. The renting movies part of the conversation, Blockbuster can have with Netflix. The renting movies part, Blockbuster can have a conversation with Netflix about the roots of how to get movies to people in general. Here's the problem. Here's where the problem comes in. The problem comes in when Blockbuster says people ain't gonna never stop watching VHSs. That's the problem. That's the problem. To tell Netflix, hey man, we ain't gonna invest in y'all because the internet is a fad and people ain't gonna never stop wanting a physical VHS. That's the break. Those are the kind of conversations that be happening in Quartet. Hey guys. Hey. And that's why a lot of people are frustrated, because you trust what they're saying because of what they've done. But the advice they are giving you is based on their experience 20 years ago. And if you disregard where the world is going so that you can garner the respect of somebody that's giving you outdated advice, your career finna tank. So you got somebody like Lil J that's a man now. That's a man now who has the weight on his shoulders to decide if he has the freedom to express and discover who he is, or does he have to satisfy everybody and everything that he come from? While we all look at the system of Quartet failing us all. Because we got VHS minds. We still having VHS conversations. We still having VHS conversations. We got the whole internet and the whole streaming. And when we get ready to plan out stuff, we still having videotape conversations. That's the problem. So this man has to have emotional and mental warfare trying to decide if he should think like Netflix or satisfy VHS lovers. Y'all, we have to support diversity in quartet. And the OGs have to position themselves in conversation where they don't bash what's new. Okay, the youngins do need to hear a lot of things from the OGs, but they do not need to be discouraged from doing what's now. Especially when these same youngins have been up and down the highway with these OGs, knowing the reality of the situations behind the scenes. What are we holding on to? We have to disconnect the roots, the heritage, and the sound from the mindset. We have to disconnect the roots, the heritage, and the sound from the mindset. We have to. Daquan said, gotta move with the time or you'll be left behind. Exactly. Lil J said this a word. Amen. Lil J, it's important, bro, that you have the space and the freedom and the courage to do what's for you, bro. Hold on, let's see what Mont said. Mont said, bro, because I just went on a rant, y'all. I'm about to look at the comments now. Bro, the bigger problem is you're trying to get their audience. You have to build a audience for your movement. Right, Mont. Right, Mont. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, let me see what Jazz said, because this is a long one. I feel that quartet is versatile, honestly, and every group has their own style. It has to start with consistent marketing, though. You have to stay consistent with the look and sound of the group. Okay, Jazz. There is versatility in quartet slightly. What do I mean by slightly? Although groups sound a little bit different, they're not being encouraged to sound totally different. They're not being encouraged to sound totally different because they are being told that if you're too different, it ain't quartet. As if somebody today sound like the Dixie Hummingbirds. Don't nobody today sound like the Dixie Hummingbirds. Jay, that's my point. Jay Cam said there is some diversity. It's just not always accepted. So what happens is when that versatility is not accepted, people go back to what is accepted. They go back and they only do a little bit of who they really are. And my thing is like, hey guys, Jazz said it's okay to be different. The group Fire is a prime example of being different, different works. Everyone isn't gonna be the next keynotes. Yes, create the lane and be okay with the backlash. Yes, that's to come because some won't understand. Exactly. The mental has to be strong enough to stand out. This my family. I told them I support. I think that's what you said. You're John Long. Yes, absolutely. And here, here's the thing. It's like, as groups, as artists, as singers, we have to, like, if you call me, I'm going to encourage you to do you. Because y'all want to know something else? It's hard to differentiate your sound and have your style accepted in TET because everybody expects straight church or a drive when they hear TET. Yes, the Williams singles ruffled a lot of feathers. Some people still today, Jay, do not respect the Williams singers as a quartet group. That's like my brothers, the brothers in Christ. A lot of people, Jazz, a lot of people. I had Jesse on my podcast, the RXS podcast, and he talked about how people, like, because they use jazz chords, because they were influenced by Mint Condition, it was frowned upon. But here's where a lot of people disagree with me when I say this. But here's my thing. If quartet is at the roots and the foundation of your music, and you got 4 or more guys or girls singing, it's quartet. No matter what's sprinkled on top, in, or around it. If the foundation of your group, if the root of your group is quartet, and you have 4 or more women or men singing, no matter what you have sprinkled on it, in it, or around it, you are a quartet group. You are a quartet group. You are a quartet group. But here's the problem, guys. This doesn't just happen in quartet. This doesn't just happen. There are people who think 90s R&B is real R&B. If we could dig up Marvin Gaye's, if we can reincarnate Marvin Gaye and he be alive to talk to us today, he might look at us and say, programmed drums. I'm used to people being in one room playing together. That ain't R&B. I don't know what that is. All them electronics and computers. And what's all that stuff on their voice? They don't got no real bass. That ain't real R&B. You feel me? But to some people, Tank is real R&B. And everybody else today ain't. What about the Motown era? Chris Brown is R&B. So is Marvin Gaye. So is Luther Vandross. So you're going to always have purists of the era that thinks the best music came out in their prime. But the truth of the matter is, all of it is real and ain't none of it fake. Ain't none of it fake. It's just evolution. And what we do is we call the music we love real, and anything that don't sound like the music we love is fake. Y'all, we got to quit doing that. Let me see. Lil J said the Williams singers have really paved the way for a lot of new elements in quartet. As far as the production on records, yes. Even live production, yes. And still don't get their flowers. They don't get their flowers because if it doesn't sound a certain way, it's not real to some people. Mont said, you have to be willing to support your own dream. That's putting money in yourself and willing to promote your shows. Yes, Mont. That's what I've been encouraging. Get to a place, because here's the thing. The frustration only comes in because you're trying to fit a round hole in a square peg. When you are Lil J, when you are rated R, and you do have the look, and you are pushing to have the sound, you can't be on the Swanee's anniversary. And you have to be okay with building your own fan base and going to venues that accommodate your sound and style, even if it's separate from The programs. Gig mentality got us ate up because it feels good to bust houses and get instant gratification for it. So we disregard having our own style and building our own fan base because we want to dump on somebody so bad that we rather not do what we've been called to do, not sound how we supposed to sound, not reach who we supposed to reach, and hope to God that everybody from 30 years ago approve of us. We are losing. We losing. And guess what? We smile in people's faces. We sing. People like Lil J shake hands. They hug people. And then he go home depressed because he don't like what he doing. It's real, bruh. And then because we're young and because we didn't struggle and because we ain't been going from pillar to post, pen to pen, scraping our dollars, we're not allowed to talk. People make us feel like we're not allowed to talk because we ain't been out on the slab struggling. Bruh! What if we would like to choose to embrace our roots while moving forward in what God has called us to do, even if it means not sounding like what you prefer? What if people are missing their opportunity to serve because you have made them feel like they are not going to be accepted if they don't sound like what you prefer? Paying your dues is dead. Paying your dues is dead. I ain't gonna lie. I was gonna put a post up about paying your dues the other day because a lot of people have been taken advantage of, and people talking about it. You got musicians producing records that other people getting paid for that they did not touch, talking about paying dues. You got people not getting paid what they supposed to get paid, and somebody else pocketing all the money, talking about paying dues. Bruh. Wow, everybody broke. Okay. The reality of my frustration is the fact that I know the financial state of Quartet. So when we have these ego conversations and what is and what ain't Quartet and who is and who ain't pro, who the lokes are, who's embarrassing, who's not authentic. When we have all these conversations, I'm frustrated with all of the conversations because none of them lead to building, freedom, authenticity, money. None of what we say lead to nobody growing in who they really are. We have a conversation where we are expecting, demanding, and pushing a mindset and a culture on people and making them feel like they are unworthy if they don't continue to do what ain't working. Tyrell said, this is good. With that being said, there are some artists that are trying to bring a rated R vibe when they're really more suited for a traditional feel. Hey, Tyrell. And here's the thing about that. Here's the thing, Tyrell, I'm going to respond to that. If they are or are not supposed to be that, Let's give them the space to discover that on their own. I think that's like, I think that's what's important. Give people the space, because this is art. This is music. This is ministry. Give people the space to trial and error and discover what they should or should not be doing. Because what somebody should be or not be, here's the truth. As artists, it would be amazing if we were brave enough to do whatever we needed to do without the voices in our heads. But the voices be in our heads, bro. So the place of trial and error to discover who we are or are not, we don't have that freedom. We don't have the freedom. And here's the thing. Here's the truth of the matter. Ty, to your point, Tyrell, if we were focused on building our own fan bases versus being accepted in the circuit, our fans would tell us if what we're doing is good or not. But seeking validation from other artists is the mistake, because other artists' advice is going to come from their sound and their experience. Jay, yes, we have to, bro. We have to. We got to do a round table. Okay. Hey, man, that's funny. Doc, after singing with my group for 48 years, you have to be comfortable in your own skin. It's easy being who God called you to be when you're wrestling. Yeah. When you're wrestling and trusting in God. Right. It's important, y'all. And listen. Everything that I'm saying is respect to where we come from. Let me explain. Let's take the Cantons. Let's take the Williams brothers. Let's take Lee Williams. Y'all, they do not sound like the Dixie Hummingbirds. They do not sound like Spencer Taylor and them from in the beginning. They do not sound like the Soul Stirrers. They don't. So this real and fake and traditional and the labels, we should be focusing on figuring out what works for us. Because if we were going to call something real or fake, ain't every evolution, every time something has evolved, there are people from the previous generation that can critique it and call it fake, no matter what it is. Tyrell said, I think I agree wholeheartedly. I think we're basically saying the same thing. The key is being comfortable with who you are. And Tyrell, yes, we are saying the same thing. So my response to what you said wasn't to you. It's to the fact that the system and the people of old don't embrace people discovering who they are. We tell them what is and what ain't based on what we prefer, versus saying, hey, this is the lay of the land. This is how I used to do it. These are some things you should look out for. However, be you. I'm not going to tell you what is and what ain't quartet, because there was a time where quartet didn't have drums and I have a drummer. So I'm not even I'm not qualified to tell you what is and what ain't quartet, because if you go all the way back to the beginning of quartet to now, somebody in each era could argue what ain't real. Does that make sense? The Fairfield Four could say the Williams brothers ain't quartet. The Fairfield Four could say that Lee Williams and the Spiritual QCs ain't quartet. Why? Because they ain't got no bass singer. They got drums and all them keyboards. You don't need all that. All you need is guitar, tight harmony, a strong lead singer. What y'all got all them instruments for? And why y'all using them fake instruments? Why y'all ain't using real pianos? What's them keyboards? We didn't used to use keyboards. We had a guitar, we clapped our hands, and we had a bass singer. Y'all ain't even got no bass singer no more. What's this bass guitar instrument? You see how that works? Hold on, let me read some more comments. Bro, I think everyone has that liberty, but you try to fit in where you're not getting booked. These groups are seeking attention and compensation. Mont, that's my heart is a lot of people hate what I be saying. But what I'm saying is be you, even if it don't sound like what people think is real. Be consistent. Build a team with people that believe in you. And create content to allow your audience to come to you as you're consistent with your content and serve them. Let their response alter what you're serving. Let the response of people who gonna buy a ticket be how you find what your sound should be. Trey said, find your lane and go. Right. Look at Trey Burgess. There are people, Trey is a good example. There are people who think Trey got too much auto-tune on his vocals. There are people who don't respect Trey's artistry because he don't got a group. There are people who talk about his production because it got key drums. There are people who say he ain't no real singer on the floor. Guys, I'm talking about OGs that should be calling him on the phone. And instead of saying what I just said to other people, they need to be saying, hey, look, nephew, I love where you're going and you taking quartet to places I didn't know it could go. And you're killing this internet thing. I just want to talk to you about your stage presence. Can we I just want to mentor you and pour into you so that I can help you blend how to perform with your amazing artistry. Hey, nephew, I just want to talk to you to make sure in between your songs, you know how to talk to a crowd. We gonna meet once a week. The next show you do, I'm gonna be on the front row. I'm gonna be on the front row and I'm gonna make sure you good. We don't do that, y'all. We don't do that. 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 So then for you to then want Trey to respect you because of what you've put in. When he knows you think he ain't no real artist. He ain't gonna say that because of the type of heart he got. But he know how you really feel. I have those comments on those OGs, but I keep it respectful. My point exactly. People hate when I talk because I have real conversations. And People think I'm disrespectful when I tell the truth. It's just like this. Okay. It's just like this. Do y'all know about the Jimmy Kimmel thing? Jimmy Kimmel made a statement that the president went to the FCC about to censor, to basically suspend him for what he said. Why am I telling y'all about Jimmy Kimmel? Because a lot of OG artists are the president. And a lot of young artists are Jimmy Kimmel. And Quartet is the FCC. Yep, BU. While I'm a fan of Daryl Pettis in Take Two, D. Morton and Gifted, and other modern day quartet artists, but I play behind a lead singer whose strength is driving an old school church. Yes, there is no one like white man. Yes, that's right. Crab in a barrel mentality. Yeah, it is. And here's the thing. I'm very sensitive and empathetic to who we are as a people. Hold on, let me read what Trey said. Last time I checked, people that aren't real artists don't get paid off their music consistently without having to travel every weekend for nickels and dimes. Okay, let's talk about it. Let me tell y'all why I love Trey. I don't know what Trey has been through. I don't know Trey's journey. But let me tell you what I do know. Trey has been through enough to be able to stand 10 toes down on stuff that I spent most of my life being politically correct about. And I've noticed that about Trey. And in my mind, I'll be like, bro, I wish I had the guts Trey got. And what do I mean by guts? Trey gonna be like, hey man, I ain't trying to hear what they got to say because I done been on the road with them and I know what my checks look like. So miss me with all that. And when we say those things, people think we're being disrespectful. But here's the thing. A lot of OGs do not reach out to us to help, mentor, or advise. They only critique. And their critique is not constructive to us. It is destructive to other people. And we end up finding out because of the gossip culture. And when I say these things, people don't like it, but it don't make it no less true. It's still true. Y'all, the situation with Kirk, y'all know who I'm talking about. I ain't trying to get my jump. Kirk went through a tragic situation at a debate in Utah. Hey guys, there are some people who feel like he a martyr. There's some people who feel like he died in Jesus' name. There are other people who know what he said. And then guess what happened? People started getting fired for quoting him. Listen to me. People are getting fired. Not for bashing him. Not for talking negative about him. But for simply quoting him. Why am I saying that? Same thing happening with me. When I articulate and communicate and talk about the reality of what's really going on, it is very agitating to people who do the things that I'm talking about. So they not mad because I'm lying. They mad because I have the audacity to come online and call it what it is. I'm not lying. And for anybody like Trey Burgess, who is brave enough to also be honest, he gonna validate everything I'm saying. Lil J, now that he's a man, can validate everything I'm saying. Ricky Tank Daltrich Jr., my big brother, can validate everything that I'm saying. But people who benefit from being perceived as pros want me to shut up because I'm exposing realities that puts people in positions where they can't front anymore. I'm messing up the perception. Not lying. I'm not lying. I'm not degrading. And I'm not disrespecting. So the agitation is not coming from me defaming anybody's character, making up stories, or lying. The agitation comes from the fact that after you hear me tell the truth, you have to, it's like, oh snap. He's exposing the reality of the situation. And people who used to pretend like things were all good, he's pulling the rug from under them. You are messing up people thinking we pros, Doc. People think we pros. Shut up. Shut up so people can continue to think we pros. That's why people are upset when I talk. Because they can't be pros no more when I finish talking. Once you hear me, there ain't no more pros. And that's problematic to the people who are posturing as pros. Listen, we live in a world, Tyrell, where there ain't no gatekeepers and there ain't no turn. You eat what you kill. You benefit from what you build. You eat what you kill. You benefit from what you build. And you don't need validation from nobody. Do you know how long it took me to be brave enough to make that video that I made about leaving Doc because of how afraid I was of people who did not make sure that I was okay? Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. I've been so loyal to people who I've made look amazing quietly. While not being all that I've been called to be and not doing all that I've been called to do, to not disrupt how you are perceived. So I'm going to take the back seat, take the low road, not get all I've been called to get so that you could stay perceived a certain way. Nah. People finna know how you really are. And if you want to be perceived differently, move differently. If you don't want people to think you take advantage of people, you want to know the solution to that? Don't take advantage of people. If you don't want people to think you don't pay your group, you know what the solution to that is? Paying your group. Not me shutting up, because I wouldn't have anything to talk about if you were to do what you were supposed to do. If you did what you were supposed to do, that's what I would be saying. That's what I would be saying. If you did what you were supposed, it's just like Kirk. People are mad that people are quoting Kirk. People are getting fired for quoting Kirk, as if they're mischaracterizing him. No. They telling you what he said, but it don't look good now. And I'm at the place now. My wife had a hard conversation with me. And then my brother Tank came back and told me the same thing. And it's like, I'm at the point now where I can't sacrifice who I've been called to be for people to think somebody else is something that they really not. Nah, you didn't really do that. You didn't do that. You did not take care of us. And you not pro. Because if you were pro, you could make sure we had somewhere to stay tonight. If you were that pro, we wouldn't have to sleep in our car. So you can't be mad at me for saying what it is. If you want to be perceived differently, you have to do different. Y'all, Mont is another living witness. Mont has a group called Something for the People. Mont was also a highlight when I was playing keys. I have never talked to Mont about the business of Something for the People. But I guarantee you, if he was called to be a highlight today, he would say, no, sir. As much as I love the highlights, this man done built a brand with his group. He got a cover band that's working. That's working. He found his own lane. He going crazy. He love it too. To be honest, I'm going to tell y'all another thing. Every time Something for the People open their mouth, you know what they sound like? I call it that group. And they booked and getting paid. Oh yeah, Trey coming on tonight at 9:00 so we can talk. God is in this. God is in this. Trey is coming on tonight to talk at 9:00. His album comes out tomorrow. And I'm super proud of him. And why am I proud of him? Because he's doing things against all odds. And time gonna tell and show. But y'all, we have to do better. It is unfair to expect the youngins to be respectful and to honor people who don't validate them, who don't support them, who don't push them, and who don't encourage them. It's unfair to have an expectation like that. That's unfair. Man said everybody be at church tonight and bring offering sign Deacon Pete. Okay, so it's probably to come in the dressing room smelling like. Oh wait, that's hilarious. So when I say what I say, it's not because I don't respect Quartet. It's not because I don't respect where we come from. It's not because I don't respect people that has given me opportunities. Because everybody that has given me, everybody that has ever given me an opportunity, I'm grateful for. Everybody that has ever given me an opportunity, I'm grateful for. I'm so grateful for them that I have played. I have lessened who I am, refused to produce certain records, and have chose to not be seen or heard as a result of how much I respect what people have done for me. Do y'all hear what I just said? And here's the problem. I shouldn't have to do that. I shouldn't have to do that. And there are so many people like me who inbox me every day who feel the exact same way. Reverend Daughtridge in the building. Y'all, Reverend Ricky Daughtridge is in the building. That's Tank's dad. For anybody who know Tank, that's Tank's dad. Tank's dad told Tank, oh, this is crazy. Tank's dad told Tank, like, hey, that's right, Tank's dad told Tank, hey, at the time, Reverend Daughtridge's church was known for music, was known for the choir. They always had amazing musicians coming in and out. They got to a point where there were a lot of musicians that weren't reliable, and it was kind of frustrating. So Tank pitched to his dad, let me get a young band. And Tank's dad told him, if you gonna be responsible for them, we can try it. So the first opportunity that I ever got to play at a church, I had to be I don't remember Rev. I had to be like 11 or 12. And Tank brought this up to me the other day. So when I say what I say, I've been on professional records since the age of 13. I started playing with Doc out of high school. I was playing with Damon Little in middle school. There are so many things that I have accomplished and been a part of that y'all know and don't know. There are so many back rooms and dressing rooms and checkup rooms that I've been in that y'all may know and may not know. There are so many people that have done right by me and wrong by me that y'all know and don't know. So when I say what I'm saying what I'm saying. Do y'all hear me? And there has to be a point where, one, there are OGs who are willing to say, whether we understand the sound or not, we have to encourage these youngins to find who they are. Whether we understand the internet or not, it is our responsibility to encourage the youngins to figure out how to make things happen today. It don't matter what we used to do, because we ain't in used to years. Now, there are certain fundamental and foundational things that the youngins need to know. But here's the thing, OGs. You can't have the mentality of, I got it out the mud, they got to figure it out on their own, while negatively critiquing every move they make. You can't do that. Because if you're leaving them out to the wolves, whatever happens or does not happen, you don't get to have an opinion about it. Because you hung them out to dry. Now, if you are OG lead singer and you mentoring a youngin, and the youngin accepts your mentorship, but then he ain't doing nothing you tell him to do, That's different. But when you tell somebody, hey man, they got to figure it out on their own, man, just like we did. I ain't got nothing to tell them. But I know what I know what I can say. That ain't quartet. And requiring somebody to respect that is insane. Expecting somebody to respect that is insane. And here's the thing. I'm not saying all the OGs like that. I sound like the political people. I think it's important for me to say that. I don't think all OGs are one way. I don't think all YNs are one way. But I'm talking about a overall systematic situation. I'm talking about an overall mindset that is destructive to the entire genre, because there are more bad apples than good apples. I'm sorry, that's a fact. And guess what? I hate that that's true. But guess what else? It don't make it no less true. So, when you have Lil J that goes from the Spiritual Boys to Rated R, if you don't understand it, cool. If you don't support it, cool. But bashing them, okay, Mario Smith. The established men I came up under used to pull me to the side and enlighten me. They weren't always in my group either. That's important. That part is really important. They tried with others and they wouldn't listen. That's important too. I also saw them pull away and tell them that something was waiting on them up the road if they didn't change. Listen, man. When I say what I'm saying, Mario, who's one of the dopest. Mario, you so dope, it's insane, bro. Bob it in here. As a whole, all of us, from the top down, have to be willing to say, hey, yo, let's learn from each other. Okay, I understand, young people, I understand the internet, and I understand I want my own sound. So I got to do that. I also respect where I come from, and I love these groups. And I would love to be mentored by blank. Mario says, so I tend to pay it forward. If you listen, you listen. If you don't, you don't. You can't say you haven't been warned. Hey, listen, even though it's been rated R, but when we change the name, oh Lord. Exactly. So Mario, I'm at the place now, man, where it's like, when I say what I say, I'm not saying what I'm saying because I'm scarred, so I'm disrespecting Quartet. I'm choosing to be a bridge. If I did not love and respect Quartet, if I did not love and respect every artist that has ever done Quartet, I would not be doing this. If I did not believe in every up and coming artist, I would not be doing this. If I did not think that musicians and producers could go to the next level, taking this genre somewhere that it's never been, I would not be doing this. But the truth agitates people when the truth is them. It just does. It don't matter what you talking about. So I encourage everybody, man. Do you and find your tribe. If that means being ostracized, that will only be for a season. And here's the thing. I'm going to say it again. Do not forfeit your potential to get validation from somebody who ain't never been and won't never be genuine. Do you? This episode is dedicated to Lil J and his family and Rated R and everybody who feels my heart. Do you? Because there's a lot of emotional and mental frustration with young artists because they feel like if they don't have the approval of certain people, they won't be successful. And then we've conditioned people under us, listen to me, we've conditioned them to feel like they don't have the right to have a voice. We condition, Trey, please help me. Trey gonna be up here at 9:00. We condition people to feel like because they weren't back there 30 years ago, that they don't have a right to have a voice about today. That's not cool, bruh. Because there's so many youngins that want it. And youngins end up getting frustrated and rebelling and not caring about respecting nothing. Because they like, in their mind, they like, I would love for respect to be mutual. I would love to respect everything you've done and listen to everything you have to say while you embrace who I'm becoming. And if you can't embrace who I'm becoming, you can't expect me to honor what you've done. Because it's got to go both ways. It's got to go both ways. It's got to go both ways. If I'm a father to my daughter who never listened to her, who never showed up for her, who has never been there for her, who missed all of her events, and then she come to me and say, man, hey, Dad, I really don't, because we don't have a real relationship, I really don't feel comfortable listening to anything you have to say. As much as that would hurt me, if I ain't been there for her, I have not proven that I deserve the role to tell her nothing. I'm still your daddy ain't gonna work. I'm still your daddy ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work, y'all. It ain't gonna work. I know what we used to. And I know where we come from. We feel like we can demand things because of who we are and what we've been through while not taking accountability for the suffering we've caused as OGs. But there's a lot of traumatized people out here who are fed up with being silenced and used and taken advantage of. And now they don't care no more. And people are mad about that. So I'm encouraging everybody on both sides. Each one teach one. As much as the youngest should respect the things of old, the OGs should respect the evolution. It's a two-way street. It's a two-way street. Woo, I didn't even see that. Mario said the truth burns when you're the one close to the fire. Exactly, bro. And the truth of the matter is, in my experience, in all that I've been through and all that I've done, did I do everything right? No. Did I say everything right? No. Could I have done things better? Yes. Do people have stories about me of things I should have did right? Yes. Can people tell you mistakes that I made that were detrimental to them? Yes. But here's the thing. When the conversation comes up, I'm going to own it. I'm not going to tell them people to shut up. Quincy West said I'm one of his favorite producers. Hey, that man said, Mama, let's go. Quincy West, what's goody? Quincy, okay, let's talk. I'm going to talk until, what time is it? Oh, I got to go in a minute. Quincy is an example that I'm going to use. This is a good example. I was brought in, I don't even know how, to work on the Sons of God record. In the process of working on the Sons of God record, there was a particular song, Quincy is My Witness, because it's his group. I took that song from what it was to what it is by taking an acapella, tuning vocals, placing vocals, and creating music out of nowhere to make the song. Y'all hear what I just said? There was some vocals there. I forgot who did the music. Who did the music, Quincy? I took the files, put it in my computer. I was like, oh, bro, maybe this should be okay. Cool. I took a little MIDI controller, built the song. The vocals were there, but what I contributed made it a new song. Why am I saying that? Because there are a lot of musicians and producers doing things like that all the time that deserve to be recognized for their contribution. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? There are musicians and producers 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 22, 25 years old who are doing things like that every day and are not being properly recognized, credited, promoted, pushed to do more of it for themselves. And when that happens a million times, there comes a point. Do y'all hear me? So people who are established, people who got skin in the game, people who got years in the game, understand while you are still working and have a career, it is still your responsibility to be wise, to be responsible, to be integral when it comes to people under you. Because they love you and respect you so much that they're going to be loyal to a fault. And you have to not be in grind mode so much so that you disregard their contribution. Y'all hearing me? Because then when the youngins tap out, they tap out because I've showed up for you every day. And I've done things I shouldn't have to do. But I'm doing it because I love you and I love the game and I love the craft. And certain things get old. And I'm just brave enough to talk about it. It's one of our songs. Hey, Devon, it's true, and it's like at the age that I am now, I'm speaking, understanding that I'm disrupting, but I'm doing it so that we can come to the table and have real conversations. I'm doing it so that we can be accountable, whether you the YN or whether you the OG, whether you are grateful or ungrateful, whether you're respectful or disrespectful, whether you're traditional or contemporary. We all need to come to the table and have a real conversation. Because there are people out here broke. There are people out here struggling. There are people out here depressed. There are people out here confused. There are people out here frustrated trying to do what we call quartet. DJ, what up? And it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be that way. It shouldn't be that way. So when I say what I'm saying, when I speak the truth that I speak, when I tell about my experience, when I tell about the truth of the reality of quartet, I ain't doing it to be harmful, disrespectful. It is going, TJ, what's up, bro? It does expose, and it does make some people feel uncomfortable. But we can't heal what we don't reveal. And just because we pretend it don't exist, don't mean it don't exist. Whether you like it or not, what it is what it is. It may hurt to hear, but it don't make it no less true. It may hurt to hear, but it don't make it no less true. So I want to encourage Lil J. I want to encourage his family, his dad, Rated R. I want to encourage all young groups. I want to encourage all the older groups. I want to encourage all musicians. I want to encourage all producers. Like, let's make it make sense. Let's make it make sense. Let's make it make sense. Yes, YN should be very respectful and very humble and very grateful, and they should honor the roots and the paths and the grind of the people that came before them. They should honor the genre, and they should be true to who they are, not how you expect them to sound. Because that's where the disconnect is. On the flip side, OGs, you should be open-minded. You should be encouraging. You should be mentors. You should counsel. You should embrace. You should push. You should endorse. You should speak life, even in things you don't understand or don't prefer, because it's a new day. All right. They told me to play the song again. I'm about to play the song again. This is a song that I wrote for Lil J and Rated R that goes with how they look. And that's how the whole conversation came about. Are people willing to embrace this even though it ain't traditional? So here we go. All right, TJ, I'm about to play it. Quincy, I'm about to play it. I've been searching for the man I'm supposed to be, looking here and there, wondering why I can't see. Where am I going? What am I doing?
I thought I knew everything till it all started crumbling. I guess it's time for me to